More and more colleges and universities are hiring high-profile celebrities to teach their students, and they're getting way bigger paychecks than their unfamous peers.
At a lot of private universities and colleges, we don't know how much they're getting paid, but the ones that we do know how much they're getting paid at public universities, it's pretty outrageous in a lot of cases.
Katherine Timpf of Campus Reform found high-profile professors all around the country who are getting paid twice as much as the average professor, and in many cases only teaching 1 or 2 classes. She thinks this may be driving higher tuition cost.
Well, it has to, obviously, because the tuition hikes are because the school doesn't have enough money. And it would have more money if it brought in a normal professor.
For example, Eliot Spitzer. Just a year after former governor of New York resigned due to a prostitution scandal, City University of New York hired him to teach a political science course. In 2009, he only taught 1 class for $4,500, while the average adjunct professor was paid $3,000 per class. And tuition at CUNY is going up $300 per year. Another example is in 2011. The former U.S. Secretary of Labor and political commentator Robert Reich was paid $236,000 to teach 2 classes at the University of California at Berkeley. The average professor only made $149,000, and tuition was hiked 8% during that same school year. And these are just professors whose salaries are public. Campus Reform filed Freedom of Information requests on several other public universities, but we may never know what the private schools are paying these and many more professors.
This isn't something that colleges and universities should have to hide. If they feel that they need to hide this information, then there probably is a problem there.
John Curtis is the Director of Research and Public Policy at the American Association of University Professors. Despite the high salaries that come with these professors, he says they're not the main driver of tuition increases.
Faculty salaries are not driving up tuition prices. In fact, that faculty salaries are probably becoming a declining portion of the total expenditure at colleges and universities.
Instead, increasing cost is coming from auxiliary programs to make the schools look more appealing to prospective students and college rating systems. Natalia Abrams from Student Debt Crisis says college is becoming the last party on the way to poverty.
These country club type atmospheres that schools are turning into are exciting to that incoming 17-year-old college freshman.
In addition to schools hiring entertainers to teach, they're also building pools, fancy dorm rooms, and other amenities. But with more than $1.2 trillion in outstanding student loan debt, more than credit card and auto loan debt, are these high-tech gyms and restaurants worth it? Natalia says a lot of students don't know what they're getting into when they take out debt to attend these fancy schools.
Until we teach financial literacy in this country and really explain, what a loan is, what a aid is, what grants are, we can't expect a 17-year-old to know better. We just can't.
The student loan bubble hangs over the heads of so many Americans. Having fancy amenities might increase the profile of the school, but in the end, it's the students that have to pay for it the moment they walk on campus, and in many cases, even years after that. At Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., I'm Perianne Boring, RT.